I'm Turk Strawman at Q Amateur Haka. Thank you for selecting this video on tribalism, tribal uh, notions, concepts that you might have while engaged in smoking your medical marijuana. Thank you. Now, subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell feature, share the joy of the channel with others, at least by giving this video a thumb up. Others will see it. They might click on the video and get even more out of it than you did. Comment courteously below. Now, there are people who are more likely to do this than others, all right? But if this applies to you, then pay attention, please. Some people smoke weed, and one of the effects of it on their consciousness is to give them the feeling that they are partaking in something mystical. The Native Americans take peyote. The Jamaicans, the Rastafarians, they smoke a lot of weed, and it's part of their spiritual life. There's something mystical about it all. Something that connects you with ancient, tribes, tribal living. When everything was magical. When the leaves rustling tell you something. They signal something. The lake talks to you. The animals talk to you. The plants tell you which one's the one that'll heal you right now for your malady. And so forth. Well, you are not a tribal member. You are not living 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago. You are not engaging in something mystical by smoking marijuana. Now, I did post a video here already in this playlist entitled, "It's Alive." I'm not contradicting or running inconsistently with anything there. This is a slightly different matter here. Yes, the universe is all alive. Yes. And there is a bit of marijuana plant mind that you are bringing into your own consciousness. Yeah. True. Sure. Naturally. But you're not doing anything mystical. Marijuana has nothing to do with being mystical. It doesn't give you mysticalness. The mysticism, that's up to you. Maybe the marijuana in some subtle ways instruments that for you, but it's not located in the marijuana. And you're not participating in some ancient tribal tradition or anything like that, because you're not one of those people. You're here now. Here. You're here. You're not there. And it's now. It's not then. Tribes and civilizations, certain groups of people, Native Americans perhaps, at the sweat lodge, who knows, right? They have their own belief system. It's part of their culture. It's part of their collective consciousness. And it's not the one you have. Because you're here now. the entire astral and mental and spiritual atmosphere for those people, wherever they are, wherever they were, whenever it was, is not the one you are engaging in now or involved with. It's not. It's different. You ever hear not to morally assess what people do in different cultures and in past times? You ever hear that? The reason being that their mental landscape is different than yours, different than your cultures, and different than your culture. Now, don't morally assess their actions to say, oh, well, they were all messed up, or they were bad people. Or no, if it was a different time, or a different place, different culture, a different people, then unless you know their mindset, their standards, their ethical code, etc., and assess some specific thing you've just learned about that they did or one of them did or whatever, well, then apply their standards if you're going to assess it. Don't apply yours. In the same manner. In the same manner. You're not involved in smoking your medical marijuana in some past civilization mindset. So don't trick yourself into thinking you are participating in something like that or reaching across time and connecting with them. Anything like that, okay? Hey, if that's happening, if that's actually happening, I'm not going to say it can't, but how are you going to know the difference? How are you going to know that that's actually happening? Huh? With respect to the self-mastery work, etc., in connection with the consciousness effects of smoking medical marijuana, which is the purpose of this playlist here in this series, how to make them work together. Whether some mystical thing or reaching across the time, like through some wormhole, connecting with some, connecting with some collective consciousness of people who lived long ago or far away in a different culture, it doesn't have anything to do with this. And one of our goals here is movement away from consciousness hijacking, right? And perception deception. And I'm speaking from knowing people throughout my life. I don't know of anybody. I don't know anybody who I think could legitimately claim that some notion that they had, that they get while smoking weed or about smoking weed, that some kind of, like connection with other people or some kind of like a spiritual thing to do. Chances are you're playing games with your own mind. We want to move away from playing games with our own minds. And other people playing games with them. The powers that be playing games with them. Unseen entities playing games with them. On and on and on. The dark force playing games with them. Well, then don't play games with your own. Yourself. Why make things more complicated? I'm suggesting ignore any concepts, any conceptualizations, any beliefs starting to form, or any idea of some experience of being connected with some, like the Aztecs or something. because you're smoking weed and you happen to burn incense at the same time. So now it's all, like, wow, man, we're connected. Well, you're connected with some things, yeah, sure. But you're not connected with the Aztecs, for God's sakes. You're not connected with the Rastafarians unless you are one. Marijuana is not your God. Subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell feature, share the joy of the channel with others. Start by clicking on the like thumb for this video. Comment courteously below. I'm Thurstroming at Tharangi Ramataraka. Be well.